Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning,
Good
Heather
morning.
Simmons.
Just
Morning,
Good
Ray
morning. Good morning.
Ramirez.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everybody is having a good morning.
Yes,
going great.
it's good.
Good.
All is
Awesome.
We're a
all is
lively
well.
bunch today.
What?
So we're a lively bunch today.
Yeah,
We
it's
are. We
Wednesday.
are.
You
Yeah.
know, it's hump
Yeah.
week, as they say. You're almost to Friday.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're working on a 3-day work week. So today's Friday for us.
Yeah, we
Oh,
usually work a 1 day work week. Yeah, so that's a good segue. So 4 day work
there we
week.
go. Yep.
But this should be an essentially a pretty short conversation because aren't we really at a 4 day work week now anyway? I mean, literally nobody works on Fridays. So
Yep.
if you're expecting to have anything done on Fridays or any calls or any emails, I just don't see that anymore. Nothing happens on Fridays.
Yep. I would agree. I think when I look at my calendar, uh, if I've got meetings in the morning, I think it's a good thing because anybody that tries to schedule anything afternoon, forget it. It's just not happening. It always gets canceled. That's kind of just the way it works right now. That's the environment we're in.
So the reality of it is, do companies just say we're moving to a 4 day work week? Like we acknowledge nobody works on Fridays for the most part.
Right.
So let's just pay everybody for 8 hours, or sorry, not hours, 10 hours in 4 days.
Yeah.
So I got two questions for you.
Hmm.
One, should it just be Friday, or could someone have a mopey Monday and not want to work on Mondays?
It's bare minimum Monday. I correct you.
Yeah.
Bare
Yeah.
minimum.
Bare
Sorry,
minimum
I'm
Mopey
Monday.
Canadian.
Monday,
Yeah.
Mopey Monday is good. I actually kind of like that better.
Yeah. I do. I do. Yeah. No, I think organizations, even with their hybrid, work environment, which all employees, the number one thing they want is flexibility and being able to identify what days they want to be in the office versus working from home. So I think the reality is, um, you know, organizations have to formalize. If you want a 4-day work week, formalize it, make sure people are working those 10-hour days. Uh, but the other part of it too is a lot of companies, especially during the summer, they basically shut down at noon, and that's really common here in Denver.
You're talking about on
uh,
Fridays?
on
Wow.
Fridays. Yeah,
Oh,
Friday's a half day, and so if you're working from home and it's expected to be a half day, I mean, yeah, the likelihood of getting 4 or 5 hours of work in is going to be pretty difficult, especially if you're trying to you know get on the bike trail or the hike trails by or start you know scurrying up the mountain here in Denver, by noon. You're never gonna traffic starts to build up going to the mountains at 10 a.m.
oh wow.
So yeah, so it's yeah for all intents and purposes during the summer, it's a 4-day work week here.
That is so funny that we're now in a place where people are basically saying, "Yep, can't work on Friday because I got to scurry up the mountain for my weekend." Whoever would have thought that we would have got here? I remember when I was working, and I would like sheepishly go to my boss, and I would say, "Oh, I'm have plans to go to a concert tonight, and I have a date, and could I get off an hour early? Could I leave an hour early?" An hour early? Oh, okay. And it was like a big conversation about why you
Right.
Yeah,
needed to leave an hour early. Now
yeah,
we're just so different.
yeah,
And I'm saying it's a good thing. It's just so funny how things have changed. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're a company and you're not acknowledging you're really on a 4 day work week already, you should just formalize it because it's going to make you look better to your employees. It's going to make you look better to your prospective employees, and you're going to
mhm,
stand out as just acknowledging something that's already there.
yeah. No, it's true, and and I think the other reality is, if you look at your calendars and what's being scheduled or not scheduled, on Friday afternoons or even Friday mornings, I mean, you could tell. I mean, you could tell people are Thursday, Thursday's it. Friday is light email and pretty much you know plan for the weekend type of thing, and that's kind of the new norm, and also especially with the the younger workforce, that's just kind of expected. Uh, you know, I mean, I remember that I used to feel bad about leaving the office before 5:30. It was like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and
Or
that was not
6.
uncommon. It's like, okay, I gotta stay a little bit past 5, and Fridays it was forget it. I'm out of here at 5. I'm done. But but that's just totally changed now. It's just a totally different environment.
Once we all had a cell phone and then I could do email at home through
Yeah.
VPN or whatever it was, I
Hmm.
always left the office at
Hmm.
3 o'clock on a Friday. Like that was my thing. Like I've
Yeah.
just spent the entire week devoted to you, and most likely I'm going to log onto my computer probably on Sunday and work like another 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday before I start work on a Monday. And I was like, I'm out of here at 3. And to
Hmm.
me, that was like a really big deal. Like, I'm leaving at 3,
Yeah.
when we could
Yeah.
finally do that. So that was like my, hey, I'm sticking it to the man because I'm leaving at 3. They were really sticking it to me because I was working so many hours for them. But,
Yeah.
I think it's a healthy thing. I mean, we are becoming, especially in August, we're becoming more and more like Europe. August was literally This last August was literally the deadest August I've ever seen. And I talked to so many
Mhm.
people that were seeing the same thing in their business and in their industries where August was completely dead and people just didn't really do anything. So I think we're going to be more like that. We're going to become more like Europe, I think, in our time off, especially in August. But I think a 4-day week is a good thing. If you can get everything done Monday through Thursday, and I think it should be Friday because Monday is always a day where it's going to be chaotic, and if you're not in office on a Monday, you're going to have a hard time catching up. So I think it should be Friday because that's what everybody wants.
Yep, exactly. And I think
Yep.
organizations need to realize that. And I think also, even in you know in organizations where you've got manufacturing or where you've got service workers, uh, you know, you know, doing the doing what you can to, provide those employees kind of a set schedule and not jack them around week to week, um, is really important. And the other thing too, it's you know working 4 tens for somebody that's an hourly worker is fantastic, and then they can choose
Mhm.
whether they want to do overtime on day 5, or day 6. But I think it's also you get a heck of a whole lot more productivity in a 10-hour day
Yeah.
versus an 8-hour day over 5 days.
Well, and
Yeah.
remember the oil companies, especially here in Houston
Mm.
and in other places, they've done a 4-day work week for a long time, but theirs has always worked a little bit different.
Hmm.
You would get
Yeah.
every other Friday off. So half the organization would be in and half the organization would
Hmm.
be off. And that's a pretty cool model where work is still getting done. But by the same token, you're in a situation where coworkers are probably still emailing you who are in the office who are like, nah, forget you, you're out. I'm still emailing you and asking you. So I think if everybody's
Yeah.
off, it's a much more relaxing situation for you
Mm. Well, and
personally.
Yeah,
to
no,
your point, the
agree.
manufacturing, especially in summer, it's so hot, and I've worked for companies that went to this model and had a 4-day work week, and then a weekend warrior team that was either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then to the point that Jason has made, don't most professionals, say white collar office professionals, work 10-hour days anyway? So
Yeah.
they're already working 40 hours up till Thursday.
They work
Hmm.
more than that, I would think, for the
Yeah,
most part, because
exactly.
when you're ability to be able to look at email and log on things online and have it on your phone and your watch and everything else. I mean, you're always going. I mean, at least that was always the
Hmm.
expectation that I had from my bosses was, well, you may be out of the office, but I know you'll solve the problem even if you're out. So I was like,
Yeah,
dang,
Yep.
this really
it,
doesn't matter, does it?
it doesn't, and also because so many of us and are basically in back-to-back meetings. If you're in meetings
Mhm.
6 hours a day, 7 hours a day, you can't get your work done, in those extra 1.5 or 2 hours. So you're putting in extra time anyway just to keep up. Um, and if you're managing a project, that's even, you know, on top of your
Mhm.
regular day job, that adds even more time. So it's a, uh, you know, 10-hour days are not unusual. And now with the ability, to take your laptop home and plug in and do stuff in the evening, folks are doing that. And there are some that are going to say, you get me for 8 and that's it. But the reality is most, you know professionals are there to kind of get the work done and get the job done. And if it takes more than 8, it takes more than 8.
And if you get that new spiffy Samsung foldable phone that looks like a mini tablet when you unfold it, like literally
Hmm.
you have like a
Flip
computer
phone.
with you wherever you're at.
Yep.
And so you're always working. That thing's
Hmm.
really cool. I'm a diehard Apple consumer, but I do really like that Samsung phone. It's pretty
Mm.
spiffy looking. Okay, but
Yep.
I digress. But yeah, you're
Well,
right. So you can be
and I
plugged
think
in anywhere.
so then okay, so I'm just gonna keep playing devil's advocate here. So you've got your tablet, your phone, your laptop, your whatever. So you're essentially
My
plugged
foldable
in,
phone. Okay, so I'm sitting somewhere with my
foldable
foldable
phone,
phone. Okay.
foldable flip phone. Then are you really working just 4 days a week? Can you really take that time off and not be disturbed? How
No.
does a company manage that so that it's really a 4-day week and it's not like a joke?
Well, they're not. I mean, they're gonna say. Well, I think
Yeah.
if everybody's off on Friday, they're gonna have to do that. I mean, but well, the only way it works is if the executives are off on Friday, meaning we're all closed on a
Yeah.
Friday. We don't work on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was at a company that well, Ray, there was a CEO that would walk through the building on Fridays, and he would go, "Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Where are all the people? I want badge swipes. I want to know where people are. Get me
Uh-huh.
badge swipes. I want to know why people aren't in their cubes. Why aren't they here on a Friday?" I'm like, "Well, while you were traveling the world on your private plane and
Yep.
basically, whining and dining customers everywhere and talking to the media and doing all of these things, all these people are working, and now you're suddenly pop in on a Friday and you're like wondering where everybody is.
Where's
Um,
my team?
yeah, where's my team? Why aren't people here? People aren't working. We're like, and he used to have to dissuade him of that
Hmm.
view,
Yep.
and it was he just couldn't get it. Like people aren't. I mean, that was like before the pandemic, obviously,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was just hard to
Yeah.
dissuade him from that view. That where is everybody? I'm here. So that's why you really have to get leadership involved and say, no, we're just doing it 4 days. We can all get our
Yeah.
job done in 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're doing what they need to do behind the scenes at home, which executives always do anyway. But yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. No, it's. I think companies have to be realistic about it, and especially during the summer. I mean, and again, every city is different on how people operate. And here in Denver, as an example, you know, Monday through Thursday, roads are jam packed. Friday, clear sailing on all the highways. No
Wow.
traffic. So that tells you right there. Guess what? Either they're working from home, or they're not even working at all.
yeah, and that's how it was here in Houston,
Yeah.
or where it's Friday, you could just cruise into work easily.
Mhm.
Monday through Thursday, it was always dreadful,
Mhm.
but that would always ease up on Friday. So it's less dreadful now, post pandemic, with people working at home. But yeah, I think that's what everybody wants, and I think that especially for those companies that are saying, "Hey, we need everybody back in the office, and we want you all in here." I think at a minimum, you're going to have to go to a 4-day work week, because who wants to work someplace 5 days a week in the office? I mean, it's just, you're not going to get the cream of the crop employee. You're not going to get A players. Nobody wants to be in that environment anymore.
Mhm.
It's just not appealing to people.
Well,
No.
there's a study I just pulled up from Henley Business School. from this year that reported the benefits of a 4-day work week. The employees are 78% happier, and
Hmm.
that retention attraction has increased by 71%.
Yeah,
And stress is reduced by 70%. So that's a lot. That's big numbers.
yeah, those are huge numbers.
I mean, the reality at the end of the day is that you have to have a remote hybrid work environment. I think if you have a remote hybrid environment, you potentially don't need to worry about a 4-day work week. I think if you have that, I'd be less worried about a 4-day work week. But however, if you're not having a remote hybrid work environment, then I really think you need to consider a 4-day work week. It's paramount to you having good people to work for you.
Yep, exactly. So true, so true. So yeah, so we highly recommend thinking about a 4-day work week. It's more productive, employees are happier, and and you're going to get a lot more work done, in those 10-hour days. That's just the reality, and and people love their 3-day weekends.
Well, and
Oh, yes.
I think it improves productivity because you're able to say to people, "Hey, look, you've got 4 days to get all this work done," and I'm expecting
Exactly.
to see you be able to do that. And I think it drives people to be more productive as opposed to, "Hey, I'm in here 5 days a week, and sort of I'm going to just saunter all the way through it." And maybe there's things that I save until Friday or whatever, but I
Hmm.
think that it improves productivity to force people, to have it all done in 4 days. And of course, some people are going to work on Fridays and get things done and projects and other things like that. You can't stop people. I mean, but if your pay doesn't change because you're getting paid for, 4 10-hour days, you're going to also try to get the work done whenever you can.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a job. I got in a really bad habit of, oh, I can put this off to Friday because those were slower days, to the point where Fridays became miserable because I put so much on my plate for Fridays. It was a really bad habit, and I had to stop. Yeah, it's not good.
Heather, I'm so
Yeah.
disappointed in you. There's an old saying, do the hardest thing in your day first. Just
Yep.
get it out of the way. And then it's all done. And then you have the rest of the day to do those things that
Uh-huh.
are, more enjoyable.
Exactly.
Yep. So
Lessons
true. So
learned.
true. That's right. That's right. Uh, but no, definitely. And do we want to maybe talk a little bit about our press release that went out yesterday?
Yeah, we had a big press release that went out with our partner Reveal AI. And if you haven't had a chance to see that, it's out there on Ray's page. It's on my page, I believe. And it's, when I say page, I mean Facebook. And then it's
Thank you.
also on our Thrive HR Consulting, not Facebook. Oh my gosh. LinkedIn. Sorry. I don't know where I pulled Facebook from. LinkedIn. And you can take a look at it. Gosh, it hit a lot of places. I don't even know the number of places that it hit, but it was everywhere
A
yesterday. I mean, I
lot.
looked at all sorts of publications and it was out there. So we'd
Yep.
love for you to take a look at it. We've talked a lot about our relationship with Reveal AI. We'd love for you to think about potentially utilizing that as a tool and using us as your partner to roll out the tool in your organization.
Yeah. And
And Reveal AI just pushed out a public interview
mhm.
for people to take if you're interested in participating in that and getting the results after you participate.
Yeah, you
Let
can
us
use
know.
their AI.
Yeah.
So if you go onto my LinkedIn page or to Ray's LinkedIn page or to Heather's LinkedIn page, you will see on the page where you can actually interact with the AI. It'll ask you some questions about, guess what? Return to office.
That's right.
Um, and you can demo it. It's a pretty cool tool.
Yeah. It's a chat bot with the AI kind of embedded. So yeah, so you can try it out. Do the survey. Interact with the chat bot, and then get the results. And we're asking HR professionals out there to provide input and again, another data point on return to office versus hybrid work. That I think will be some good data collection for use as you talk to your leadership team.
Did you see, I think it was Sunday Night Football, and they had the AI fans, the two AI fans that they put in the They're AI
I did
robot
not see
fans that they
that.
put into the stand.
Just oh really?
Yeah.
I did not watch that. I was too busy kind of cheering in my Cowboys. But I have to look at that.
I think it was. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
Sunday night game. So
yeah,
yeah,
it was,
if you
yeah,
go back and take a look at it,
yeah.
or you look at it online, there's
Uh,
a movie about these AI robots, and so they actually used AI robots that were in the stands. So it was kind of interesting. But yes,
Oh,
AI is
really?
everywhere. AI
Really?
are now Cowboys fans. So
yeah,
there you go.
there you go, there you go. Watch out, watch out. And as they say, we love AI. And I think the main reason is we don't want to get AI mad at us and kill us. So so we're
That's true. That is
we,
true. But
we
AI is all
Good.
about making ourselves better and not
that's
being
right,
afraid of it. So
that's
we don't
right,
want to
that's
scare
Mhm.
right.
anybody.
So true, so true. Fantastic. Well,
All
good.
right. Well, any questions about remote work? Call us. Any questions about implementing a 4-day work week? Call us. Any questions about using Reveal AI or AI of any type, or having us come in and speak about AI? We had another interview that went out on Wish TV about AI that people have been giving us feedback on, and they've been liking. Our presentation at HR Florida went really well in AI, so I think we've really carved out a place for us in terms of consulting firms that are really significantly impacting AI. So we'd love to work with you. And then I guess that's how you get a hold of us, right?
Yep. Right
How do you
there,
do that,
sitting at the
Heather?
bottom. So for me, it's heather.simmons at thrivehrconsulting.com.
Yep. And for me, it's Ray REY at thrivehrconsulting.com.
And for me, it's Jason at thrivehrconsulting.com. And we are always available for you, even on Fridays.
That's right.
Even on Fridays.
Especially on Fridays. Yeah,
Especially
we
on
got time.
Fridays.
We got
Yeah, I
time
got
on our
time now.
agenda.
Listen, I'm sitting by the pool having a margarita because
There you
people
go.
are
There
not
you go.
calling. No, not really. But but we're there on Fridays. We're there for you. All right, everyone, have a remarkable rest of your week.
All right.
Thanks.
Take
You
All right,
care.
too.
thank you.